Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite extraordinary, quite incredible, quite unlike anything you may have experienced in your life.
Joe, what it do? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Takeover Show, guys. I think we're episode 19, man, right? 19?
I believe.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm 19, but if not, I'm sure Elle will, edit that shit out. But anyways, guys, we got a very, very cool podcast today. But as always, with me, owner of Ducci's and Next Gen Sports. Please give it up for our boy Chewy.
Hey, what up, guys? Happy holidays. Happy
Chewy, are those Whataburger shades?
Yeah, bro. Shout out Walmart, Whataburger for these shades. I got blessed with them this morning.
Wow. Wait, you went to Whataburger before you hit the gym?
No, after the gym. Known facts. If you search it, but chill. It's because people don't trip out about this. If you go and eat a burger and you don't get fries and a drink, Google how healthy it is to eat a burger after a workout.
All right, Chewy. Well, we will, but
we'll
don't forget about your modelo. Anyways, guys, over on Sandport, he's not feeling too good, but he's still out here, man. Please give it up for my little brother, Kevin.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Sheesh. Hey, guys, we have a very, very special guest, man. His name is Carlos, a.k.a. what was it?
Compatuns.
Carlos is the creator of the rutas here in the west side and Mexico. Guys, please, round of applause, Trey. Round of applause for everybody. Carlos. Man, thank you so much, Carlos, for giving us your time, man. I know we've been communicating for a little while now. We tried to go to one of your routes. I think it was like a month ago, and no se pudo, pero for those who might not know who you are, Carlos, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are. Introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name's Carlos. I'm from Ciudad Juarez originally.
Okay.
Born out there. Came here.
My man.
You from Juarez?
They're taking over, guys.
No. And came out here back in 89 and graduated from El Paso High. I was a resident alien. I ended up joining the military 2000, and then 2001 9/11 happened. I was like,
wait, so you joined the army, right? You joined the army in the year 2000, the next fucking year
9/11 happened. Next thing you know, you're like getting ready for war, man. And I'm like, not even a U.S. citizen. And I'm
fighting for this country.
Country, man. And
¿Cómo se sintió así?
Yeah, how was that feeling during that time for you?
Man, it was pretty crazy, man. Like a lot of mixed emotions, anxiety, because you just don't know what's going to happen. But I was kind of frustrated after one of the nights, and I was like, man, I'm not even a U.S. citizen, and I'm over here fighting for this country, right? And they're like, what do you mean you're not a U.S. citizen? So within 2-3 months, I became a U.S. citizen, man. And
right, so being in the military, they help you? Like it's a faster way of getting your citizenship?
Back then, yeah. I think some things have changed nowadays.
Yeah.
But back then, yeah, it was quick.
So you got deployed during this time, right?
Right.
And how was that deployment? How long did you actually serve the army?
So my deployment was a short deployment because I was under stop loss. So pretty much stop loss is your original contract ends and you have to stay extra time,
right? Because
of the war. And the deployment was like 3-4 months. They lifted the stop loss. They said, hey, are you going to re-enlist? I said, are you going to give me what I want, which was airborne or air assault school? And they said, no, we can't because of the war, but we'll give you a $3,000 bonus and you stay here. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm already by that time I was already a U.S. citizen, so I was like, I'm gonna explore other options.
Yeah. That's good, man. Give him a round of applause for that, Kevin. I really respect our servicemen and women. I tried serving myself, but I got disqualified for all military branches when I was in high school. I fractured my back. I broke my back, and I went through some trainings, and then I went through like a whole doctor's thing, and then they just sent me a letter that like, nope. So I was trying to do the Marines, a buddy system with my buddy Junior. Shout out to Junior. And then they told me like, no, you can't. So I was like, well, what about the Army or the like every military branch? I was like, a la verga. So I became a druggie, dude. No, just kidding. Nah. Nah, but thank you one more time, man. So you bring up his yeah, there it is. You have on IG you're under utv.elpaso.west.texas.
Correct.
And when you reached out, I obviously I went into your page, and I realized how big this whole UTVs and what side by sides that we call them, and if you guys look, there's that video right here, man. There's a drone footage, and there's also a video of it like at night.
Right.
And
this one was out on the west side, just up there by Sandport on the border
Jesus,
wall.
Dude, that's what, at least over 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people.
And
People, yeah.
I was gonna ask, pues me la voy a entrar en español para la gente que habla en español. ¿Qué chingados está haciendo la migra aquí arriba?
So, esta área, ahí ellos patrullan esa área.
¿Esto es en México o esto es aquí en El Paso?
Esto es en el lado americano.
So this is on the American side, and this is where Border Patrol usually hangs out. And because of that, because, Border Patrol, and because of the immigrants and all that, is it hard to do these routes out there like that, like with this many people?
It has, because we've been riding out there, and you see them running across.
Lo que iba a preguntar.
But right now, there's very minimal coverage out there, man. So it's.
Do you think like maybe you think you guys maybe being out there might help, or do you think it makes it easier for them?
I mean, sometimes we get out there and there's nobody out there.
Yeah.
But usually people are probably crossing at night.
Mm-hmm.
So when it starts getting dark, we leave, man, because we just don't want any of the people that are in the trail to get hurt or
Un peligro.
That's what I really, really like about the way you're doing all this. When we first started talking before we started recording, you said that you just wanted to make and be a part of like some of the best routes that people could come out, and the safest ones too. We were talking earlier about how some stuff had happened. We had a guest not too long ago whose friend had passed away, or family member had passed away out there. In Thanksgiving, there was a shooting that happened. Yeah. So I think it's very important. And like, if you're going to do something like this or plan it, especially when there's a lot of people like this involved, that it's in a safe environment, right? You don't want to be kind of blamed for it, or see that, what you're doing is causing trouble. But how hard is that? Well, to start off with, let's go back. When did all this start? When did you have this idea, or when did you even come out there?
Cuando te dio la idea que, esto es mi cosa.
Es lo que quiero hacer yo. I want to be free.
Un grupo de Face o algo.
2018, I ended up purchasing my first Can-Am Maverick.
Okay.
It's a 4-seater. And then, like 2019, I started the page. And it just blew up, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know if you guys just saw right now. You guys are close to 40,000 followers. And, I mean, that's a lot of people. And I was telling you earlier, I didn't know it was this popular, man. I see them all the time. I don't see that many. But to see this many hundreds of these fucking vehicles, look at that.
Yeah.
All these guys just going, and they're all like the same thing. They're out there to go and have a good time and do these routes. But looking at all this, man, there's a lot of money. Un chingo de dinero que yo nunca pensaba que había así mucho dinero aquí.
Y he querido preguntar, no nomás vienen aquí de la ciudad, ¿verdad?
No, han venido desde Colorado, de Albuquerque, de Phoenix, de Dallas, San Antonio, Lubbock,
wow, mi respeto.
Midland, Odessa,
wow, qué chingón.
Oklahoma.
¿Cómo se siente saber, wow, nomás?
Pues viendo todo esto, watching all this, seeing that, you help plan all this and seeing all these people having a good time. Obviously, it must feel good, right?
Porque vienen.
It does, man. Porque a la misma vez, people are coming in from out of town to have a good time.
Right.
So you want to be able to provide them with a good time.
Que valga la
Make it
pena.
worth it.
Make it worth it. You know, that way when they leave, they say, you know what? El
I'm coming
Paso
again.
está chingón allá en El Paso, bro.
Sí, vale la pena ir
Y se
otra
van-
vez el siguiente año.
Y se van with a good taste in their mouth y they'll come back.
So 2018, let's go back to 2018. You ended up buying this vehicle and you went out in a route. And what made you think that, like, hey, you know what, maybe I should start a page, or maybe I should, you know, start getting these routes going? Was there not that many routes happening at the time, or
Not that many routes because people would just go out to Red Sands and ride. That was it, right? And
it wasn't organized? It was just
wasn't
when people would
organized.
go whenever they wanted or when they could.
And so what I started doing, I started the page and it started gaining traction, you know, like 4,000 or 5,000. I was like, all right, cool. And then I put my first ruta together, was out there at Santa Teresa. We started off from the high school on Airport Road.
Fuck yeah.
And man, we had about, no lie, man, I think we had about a 220
On your first one?
on the first one. And I was like,
turn up.
so,
Es mucha gente.
and I would tell people like, hey, like tag us and you know, like do this. And I post everything that people tag me on.
Yeah,
You know,
share
as long
it
as
well.
it's good stuff, good content, it goes up. And after that, they're like, hey, when's the next one? And I was like,
People start like, hey, this was fun.
Se siente,
yeah.
se siente.
People started wanting to do another one and another one. And this year, we ended up doing 12 route events. 12
Oh, damn. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, average once a month?
pretty much.
That is awesome,
Wow,
dude.
felicidades.
Damn. So, also, if you guys don't remember, I'm sure a lot of you guys do. After 2019 came, and with 2019 came, also did COVID-19.
COVID-19.
How did that affect all this, or how did that come about? How did you take COVID-19?
So during COVID-19, obviously, nobody was really pretty much allowed to go outside and do anything. People were stuck in their homes. So we gained a lot of people, a lot of followers during that time because they're at home and they're watching.
Yeah,
this.
they're on their phones.
Yeah.
A ver qué andaban haciendo.
And next thing you know, like I was like, all right, like they started like, all right, you can go out and do this, or you're able to go out and hang out, right? So I decided to put a ruta, and it just like a lot of people showed up, and I was like, so during the pandemic, people were actually, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah.
them.
It's like a perfect storm, right? It gave people time to think about it and see how fun it is. And then once the restrictions came off, they're like, hey, we get to be outside. Let's fucking go all out and let's go into one of these rutas.
Y eso que dicen Santa Teresa, yo antes vivía allá y de repente se empezaban a ver ahí en el Spiris, o en el,
Oh yeah.
¿cómo se llama? Sí, Speedway.
Sí, el Speedway.
El Speedway, y
llegan a-
luego en la tienda del dólar, y luego de repente se ven todos llenos, se ve toda llenota la tienda del Can-Ams, ahí se ponen ahí por el río y se ve bien padre el ambiente y todo.
That's all right.
¿Y esos son ustedes?
No siempre nosotros, porque hay otros equipos, hay diferentes equipos que también organizan rutas.
Okay.
So yo les digo, hey, pues adelante, ¿me entiendes? Porque pues no nomás yo puedo ser el que está organizando rutas, pero hice una ruta donde se ve el drone en la noche y pues sí se pone la gente medio alterada a veces, ¿verdad? Pero este año decidí hacer todas las rutas de día.
Okay.
Y la razón era porque ya
Ya la gente ya más tarde ya se ponen a tomar, you know, they start drinking.
se creen belicones. Y,
Es lo que quería
They
preguntar.
start showing off.
No.
And I mean, honestly, sorry, man. But if you're driving something like this, man, you gotta have some type of ego,
Ego,
right?
a huevo,
You
a
gotta,
huevo.
I mean,
Se quema,
the faster, the better, the bigger, the brighter, the fucking more fucking horsepower on that
the
shit.
sound system,
The-
que los traes chingón.
I forgot about that,
Sí,
dude.
güey, tiene que
Había
traer la
puesto
bocina, cana.
el Carlos, he had posted a thing, un reel del pinche peso pluma, güey. And then I remembered I had seen a video of fucking Canelo también, Canelo going all crazy and riding it up like
Canelo
straight
le
up.
encantan los
And
racers.
I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to
Ahí está,
buy one, dude.
ahí
Like,
está
screw buying a new car. I'm buying this.
The guy
Are
with
these
the
street
mask?
legal though? Do
No,
these-
not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
No, not in Texas. So in Texas, te mira la placa, la shota, they'll pull you over. They'll give you a citation. Pero sí, en ese video donde...
¿En cuál, cana?
Dale poquito para arriba donde está el de la máscara. Ese es el...
Ese es el peso pluma.
¿Cuál
Dale,
máscara?
dale.
Ahí merito ese vato, míralo.
Andaba allá en Colombia,
Sí.
güey.
y yo quiero preguntar, ¿no te han tocado unas situaciones donde sacan fuscas entre ellos dos? Una pendejada. Ya sabes cómo es la generación nueva. No estoy juzgándola, pero pues ese se pone duro la situación allá.
Sí ha habido situaciones así. La neta, me cae la gente y me dice, Carlos,
Cagapalos.
Y como que a mí me ven como que, pues tú eres el líder aquí o el organizador. Y luego ya voy y yo controlo las cosas. ¿Saben qué? Mejor, pues gánenle, ¿no? Y la gente...
Yeah, I was gonna ask earlier. We were talking about like you said right now. You're not the only one that does these routes or organizes these routes. There's other people that do it as well. But with that also comes politics, right? Like there's people out there that probably think like, hey, I do better routes and stuff like that. Is that like a big issue when it comes to this? Just because there's so many people, or do you tend to like just collab with as many people as you can?
You know, I try to collab with as many people as I can. The ones that want to collab, órale, vamos a darle. And the ones that don't, like, no cae pedo.
Yeah.
Like, yo siempre le digo a la gente, there's always going to be Can-Ams and razors for everybody's ruta.
You hear that too? It's also for us too. No, that's good, man. But do you get to a point where you think maybe it's just too big, or like does it stress you out at any point?
It can get stressing, porque like the Halloween ruta that I put together, that was the first one that I did at night, and on the east side, and I was like,
that's where all the criminals live, dude.
Pero ahí llegaron como... Hey, yo vivo en el east side, güey.
He lives on the east side, that's true. Man.
Pero we were about 450 más o menos for Halloween, and it was like, that's where I realized I have to organize like in sections.
Yeah.
Like, let's send 100 out, and then 15 minutes later, another 100, porque it was just way too many. Y you make, with all the dust, people will make a right turn, y todos siguen ese way.
Se pierde. Somebody goes off the road, and then everybody starts following. I didn't even think of all that, dude. So that's crazy.
What I do, I go out and mark the trail, y luego les digo en la página, hey, follow my Wikiloc page, y ahí está la trail for you guys. And it's kind of like you pay and you're able to follow. It's like $4.99.
Yeah.
Okay. You pay and you're able to follow the trail.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So how do you choose this trail? Are these like obviously trails that have already been made, but do you take some time to actually find the cool trails, or
avientas un dron o cómo te la avientas?
No, pues you kind of have an idea. I get on the phone and I start exploring, like with the maps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, aquí está sabe porque there's these canyons, or like on the west side in Santa Teresa, there's some nice hills, and then the trails are like, you can be doing 50, 60 miles an hour, and you have a lot of whips, pero pues vas.
Yeah.
Like it's so much
Look
fun.
Look at that, man. Dude. Look at how fun that shit looks, dude.
Like that one's out in California, but that right there, man, like that's what it's all about, man. And the suspension system on these side-by-sides and...
Let's talk about price. What does something like this cost?
Quería preguntarte.
Para los que no saben cuánto, si quieren comprarse uno, ¿cuánto te va a costar?
Pues, prior pandemic, te salían unos 32,000.
Oh, Kevin, no sea mamón, buddy, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Oh, my God.
And
what about now?
After pandemic, a 4-seater te sale como unos 38.
Le subieron unos 6.
I could buy a BMW with that shit, dude.
Y yo quería preguntar, ¿es igual un racer o se dicen UTVs, igual el mantenimiento igual que un carro? ¿O es...?
Es muy diferente.
Sí.
Sí, porque...
los que no saben.
Pues traes la suspensión, traes los brazos que vienen abajo en un lado de las llantas, ¿me entiendes?
También depende de cómo lo usas, ¿verdad? De cuánto lo usas.
¿Y cuánto lo usas?
Si yo me compro uno, güey, va a estar nomás ahí enfrente de mi casa, güey.
Con la música
ahí, with the tag still on it and shit, dude.
Y más o menos como...
My apartment, dude. I don't even have a house.
Más o menos, ¿cuánto gastarías en gas?
No, not a lot.
No.
Pero antes de la pandemia, pues sí estaba la gas medio bien vara.
Sí, con Papa Trump.
10, $12, Simón.
Y se llenaba la
Y
noche.
ahorita ya con 24, 25.
Do you have to? I mean, if it's not street legal, you don't have to have a license on it, license plate on it, or anything like that. You
Well,
obviously have to have a
use the
driver
trailer
license.
to take it.
¿Y necesitas
That
luces
sucks.
por ley o cómo sirve todo eso en la noche?
¿Cómo?
Necesitas, porque yo veo que tienen palotes con LED lights. ¿Necesitas que tener esos?
Las whips.
Sí, ¿por ley
So,
o...?
no es ley.
¿Precaución?
En Califas sí es ley.
Ok.
Pero aquí no. Aquí es más bien como para traer al usado y
Precaución y show off.
traes tu bandera ahí puesta, ¿me entiendes?
I'm not saying that people should drive these in the streets, but is like in El Paso, are they pretty strict on that? In your opinion, and since you have
El
one?
Paso, ya.
Yeah.
La otra vez pues, nos cayó un trooper ahí
A
en
cagar el
Santa
palo.
Teresa Motorsports y we're like, hey bro, pues it's a Veterans Day event.
Mm.
Me dicen, pues I'm a veteran.
Me too.
Pues, thank you for your service, you know. And
Pero a ver,
ya cuando le dije eso,
Brothers.
cambió el tone, ¿me entiendes? Pero pues
un respeto.
Yeah. Pero
I mean,
sí.
damn, that sucks. Maybe you should start a petition, man. When you have all these followers, you know, like, hey, make them legal. I want to drive to Whataburger in one of
Estaría
these.
chido.
You can get a plate for them
Ajá.
and register them, pero I think you can only be within a certain amount of miles from your house. And the streets have to be like a certain speed limit and below.
No, pues
So-
ni vale la pena.
Damn, dude. Fucking almost
Y
50
yo quería
grand.
preguntar,
Con todos los upgrades. Hijos.
hay ya sabes cómo hay gangas de motocicletas y de carros y car clubs. ¿Hay gangs en esto?
Pues no
O ya sabes-
necesariamente que sean gangas, pero
No,
hay
pa-
equipos.
Ah,
Hay equipos.
equipos, así cosas. Porque yo me metí en tu community group
Ajá.
y sí ve mucha gente que son muchos grupos y yo veo que eso está padre.
Sí,
Sé que
sí.
preguntaba que si son equipos, son gangas o cómo
Yeah,
se
like
llevan.
like
¿Cómo se
True's
llaman?
saying, there is like different groups. It's kind of like everywhere we go. We were talking about earlier before we started recording. You said that there's like the Jeeps. People that ride their Jeeps are kind of separate, and then you know the other vehicles. But is that an issue? Is that something that like maybe kind of gets in the way, or is there like a big kind of rivalry when it comes down to that
Not
stuff?
so
or not?
much the rivalry, pero like when I do my rutas, people will reach out to me and they'll be like, hey, can Jeeps go? Digo, yeah, but just can you stay at the end of the line? Porque these cars are going to be moving a lot faster than the Jeep in the desert. También me caen los quads. Hey, are quads allowed to go? Yeah, definitely, man. And you see them and they're nice because they're not like right behind you, but
They're on
like
the sides.
you know,
Yeah.
Y se portan sal los chavos también.
You know, all this reminds me of that movie. What's it fucking called? Fuck, I just had it. It's the one where they're in the desert.
When they're racing.
Mad
Max.
Mad Max.
Se mamó.
Dude, when I saw the video when he first sent it to me, first thing I thought was like Mad Max. Like these guys are taking the border back. You know what I mean? But
No te pases. Y involucrado en todo esto, ¿cómo se llamaba lo que nos estabas contando de esto? Wars, no, como en Fast and Furious tienen las carreras en el desierto.
Yeah, what do you name these routes?
I try to put a couple names. Like the first one that I did last year era La Ruta West-West.
Okay.
Okay.
It was out in the west side allá. And then we did, people were like, hey, otra. So le puse West Part 2. Y luego la ruta de Halloween. La ruta de Veterans Day. So like I do come up la ruta de Father's Day.
Y para la gente que te van a seguir y te acaban de seguir o te conocen, ¿cuál es la siguiente ruta planeada? ¿O tienes algo en planes?
So la siguiente ruta que tenemos planeada así grande va a ser en Sierra Blanca, abril 6.
Wow.
Y en esa, pues, se va a cobrar, pero vamos a traer artistas de California.
Wow.
Y pues creo que va a ser algo muy diferente.
Algo diferente.
Son 100 millas de ruta. So en esa, pues, va a ser...
¿Qué le
desde la
calculas?
mañana.
¿Unas 3 horas?
Yeah. So you're saying right now that your future route is another one in April, right? Your biggest one that you're going to be doing right now. And you're going to be bringing artists, you said, right? And the route is 100 miles long.
100 miles. And
How long are they usually?
usually between 30 to 40.
Oh, wow. This
Yeah.
is twice as long.
Oh,
And,
¿no duran horas?
Ah,
¿No duran horas?
no, sí.
Sí.
Porque paramos, cada vez que paramos, pues, you know,
¿Al
te bajas
pipí
a
baño
echar
o
una
no?
beer, a usar el baño y luego nos quedamos a platicar un rato
pistear.
y luego get back on y vámonos.
That's awesome, dude. That's
¿No
fucking...
han tocado que unos breakdowns de aquí que el otro, un choque o algo?
No, sí, más sin embargo, yo me fui a una ruta en Sonora que era de 5 días. Y esos 5 días empiezas en Hermosillo y le das la vuelta por el estado de Sonora. Y ahí traían uno, pues yo ahí fue donde agarré la idea que se llama la barredora. Y esa troquita, ese carrito viene mero atrás con mecánicos. Y,
It's like an army, dude. I'm telling you, man. Mad Max.
te pasa algo y te pones en el radio, le hablas. Hey, pues aquí estoy, se me quebró esto. Yo cuando regresé para el paso, le dije a mi compa, ¿sabes qué? Mi compa el Alex Ionza, Pro Audio, the UTV Shop ahí en la Dyer, va a abrir uno acá en la Montana, cerca de Red Sands. Le dije, ¿sabes qué? Creo que esto sería una buena idea para traer en las rutas. Cada ruta que yo
You have your
hago,
mechanic out there.
él me hace sponsor con música.
Wow.
Y le da el privilegio de... Si a alguien le pasa algo en la
Pues ahí está
ruta,
de
pues
volada.
él es el mecánico ahí. Porque hay muchos shops.
Sí.
Pero no muchos shops se acercan a... Hey, yo te pago 3 horas de música para la gente después de la ruta. Y el compa Alex
That's smart, man. That's smart. For those that might not know any Spanish, we were talking about... Chuy had asked if there's ever been like any accidents and stuff like that. And when you have vehicles like this, it's bound to happen. And you were telling us it was out in Mexico, right? What was this route that you were doing?
It's called Sonora Extreme. It's 1,000 kilometers, and it's 5 days. But
5 days.
These organizers, they provide you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get to the next town. You have your hotel set up. You go put gas in your Can-Am or the Razor. Get ready for the next morning. They have usually dinner, and then they have live music. Banda, mariachis.
They're on another level. And how many people were doing this route?
About 250. So they break it down into 2 different events.
Events,
And
right?
2 different weeks.
One day, one shows up, and the next day, the other one shows up.
It's
Kind
a
of like
week on. 1 week is a group, and then they take a break, and then the next group. But this one's real nice because you end up going by the beach and
yeah. And during these routes where you guys are driving, you guys are just hauling ass, or is there like a certain miles per hour you guys go, or
I mean, if you haul ass, you're gonna get to the next town
wait sooner?
early and enjoy more time. But what we like doing is, go and hang out, stop in some areas and enjoy the scenery. When we got to the ocean, like you get to jump in the water.
Yeah,
hot,
you're at the beach and you why not jump in there?
To yourself a little bit.
So what happens when somebody breaks down? Maybe a pop tire or one of the suspenders break, or what happens?
So at the end of every when I put the trails together, I have the barredora, and these barredoras, they go out and they help you out. I mean, though,
What is a barredora like in English? How would a
mechanic
like a
truck.
like a mechanic truck?
And they're in a Can-Am or a Razor, but they have all their tools. They have
It's a
equipment.
mobile mechanic following you
mechanic
guys
going.
in the very back. That's fucking... I was saying it, man. It's like a military, man. Militaries, when they go somewhere, they have all their SUVs and shit, and they also have their engineers and their mechanics to fix everything that breaks. That's fucking...
Yeah.
It's smart.
Take over,
So this one's out in California. La raza allá en Califas,
Se ponen locos,
se
güey.
ponen
Con una
locos,
carne
pero-
asada y luego también
Por
se
eso yo
pasan...
preguntaba porque yo vi este clip y yo pensé que lo tratan como un carco.
Did you say clip? Did you say clip?
Es clip, cana.
Is that how you say it? Clip?
Un clip.
Clip?
Whatever, what the
No.
fuck you want.
Pero nos
Por eso yo
incluyen
preguntaba.
mucho, nos incluyen mucho los datos de Califas y
Qué chingón.
de Arizona, y pues también con nosotros los incluimos en nuestro contenido de los carritos ahí.
Y
What's the biggest one that you've had that you've been that you've organized yourself?
If you go back to the page, it's that one with the drone at night.
The one with all the lights on? How many people showed up? How many vehicles were
in the
on this
middle?
trail? Look at that.
About 530 más o menos.
And I'm seeing that there's people there with like their regular cars. Do you get that a lot too?
Yeah,
Do you get people
they,
like in
they
their
show up in
trucks?
their regular cars, but they hop on with somebody.
Oh, I see.
So for this ruta, I
this is where everybody's kind of like moving up and getting ready to go.
Parking, and then at the end, I end up reaching out to food trucks, and then I tell them, you know, like, hey, $100, you're probably gonna make
yeah
more than that, and that money goes towards the music that we're gonna be playing that night to pay the musicians. This one here, if you see the trail,
that, dude.
People on Joe Battle were like, hey, we could see this trail all the way from Joe Battle. They could see it.
Imagine how you can see it if you were driving on flying on a plane that night.
On a plane, and you'll see. This is on this side of the mountain, and towards the end of the clip, you'll see some more vehicles on the other end. And yeah, definitely this one we tried to.
Mira nomás.
After here, we end up going to a spot. The music's there already waiting for us. I tell them, I get the group and I tell them, on this day I need you from this time to this time. How much? So much. Órale pues.
Pues
so,
cuando no sé si sabías porque nos acabamos de conocer, pero yo me dedico a vender dulces, elotes y todo. Cuando quieres un pinche elotero allá en caliente, les ayudamos porque.
And you know what? People actually, si te vas al medio de la ruta, where we stop usually,
halfway through,
people are hungry, man.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Pisteando, so they want to buy, man. The last guy went selling those tostitos with shrimp.
Qué chingón, Simón, los.
Boom, he sold out.
En caliente.
Yeah. So la gente trae feria para gastar.
Qué bueno. Pues con los carros así a huevo.
A huevo, güey.
Carnal.
Y acabas de decirme, man, I didn't know there's so much people in El Paso.
With money like that, bro.
Sí.
Así estaba yo, bro. I was like, man, like.
Y no es.
Ya le metí una feria a mi carrito.
A huevo.
And there's guys that show up with some badass cars, man.
I think that's a lot of thing with like, and this is why one of the reasons why we're doing this show, man. We're doing this show to expose all these great things about El Paso, and then not just that, but you know, I tend to pick stuff that I don't know, like stuff like this. I was very intrigued. I was surprised that there's so many people involved, and like you said, this shows that there's a lot of people with money here in El Paso, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of activities. There's a lot of talented people. There's a lot of people like Carlos here that are in charge of throwing these big events and routes.
Don't
and
sleep on them.
Guys, hey, if you guys are watching this right now, you're just finding out as well.
Aquí va a estar el Insta.
I don't need a thank you or a hug or anything. All I need is for you guys to follow our boy Carlos. And that being said, Carlos, tell everybody where they could find you, man. Where they could follow you.
UTV El Paso, West Texas. Literally, it's the logo is gonna have a Can-Am and a razor, Can-Am with the razor, and it has the U.S. flag and the Mexican flag.
Mm-hmm.
And why did I go with that? You know, it represents...
Because that's where you were born and then now you came?
It represents a lot of us here in El Paso.
No, yeah, definitely.
Nacidos en México, or nuestros jefitos son de México, and we make our living and we live here in the U.S. So that represents...
I love that, dude. I love that.
First gen now?
Yeah.
A ver, sí,
my kids are first generation,
sí,
bro.
A huevo. Yeah. Y quería preguntarte, bro, como que estaba yo hablando del Fast and Furious, ¿qué es esto de King of Hammers?
So,
para
mucha
la gente que
no sabía. O sea, fueron y compraron un carrito, no saben de las carreras que hay. Como mucha gente oye del baja a 250, baja 500, de las carreras allá en el sur de Tijuana. Sí. Pero el King of the Hammers también es algo que mucha gente no había oído de esas carreras. Y son carreras que toman parte ahí en California, al norte del 10. Pero bien intensas estas carreras.
Y cuando dices carreras, ¿son dos racers o son como unos 6, 10? ¿Cuántos se avientan la carrera?
No, son diferentes categorías que se hacen aquí en estas.
A su madre, hasta suben en montañas.
Cuando vienen a estas carreras así, entonces son diferentes, ¿verdad? De lo que estás manejando, tienen que estar souped up o algo así, ¿verdad?
Y mira cómo es.
Mira la madre, dude. No, there's no way I could put my Nissan Sentra on that shit, dude.
Fuck no.
Y estas carreras pues pasan como en California, en esta área donde está un chorro de piedras ahí. Pero es algo que la gente va y se ponen en un lado de la montaña en la noche y los carritos dándole.
¡Ey!
Es un ambiente muy grande.
They even got those RCs going, dude.
Yeah, para los chavillos.
Para los chavillos, start them young. Look at him. He's like, yeah, my dad spent all of my college funds on this
yeah,
car.
Tus chavos cuando están... No, pero ¿y es en San Bernardino?
Es en el condado, pero están en el desierto.
Wow.
Y pues ahí obviamente no hay hoteles o tienes que llevar tu RV para quedarte ahí o te regresas a uno de los pueblitos ahí cercanos.
That's cool. In your opinion, when it comes down to it, do you think it's way more popular here in the United States than in Mexico?
México, ahí te va la diferencia
entre
Estados Unidos y México.
Uh-huh.
En México,
¿Te crees?
en México lo que pasa es de que no se mete mucho el gobierno en las áreas donde andas ruteando.
Wow.
Si le pones, ese es en Colorado, fuimos a Colorado.
No, güey, that's sick.
Pero son áreas que
hombre.
también limitadas.
¿En cuál, carnal?
Es el que habías enseñado.
¿O el de Colorado?
Ese es de Colorado.
No, yo decía, ¿cuál quieres que abriera?
Los de México, como estás diciendo, el gobierno no se mete entre dónde vas a estar riding ni nada de
Y
eso,
aquí
¿verdad?
andan los Game Wardens a más.
Like
No, México, hicimos una ruta ahí en Doña Ana y ahí al norte de Doña Ana.
Uh-huh.
Y pues andan ahí
En caliente. Pues no tiene nada más que hacer allá.
andan, pum. Ahí sí están citation.
Pero ¿por qué? Why they do that
So the ones
shit?
that didn't
Right?
understand that
Is
Misa
it-
asked, or do the cops bug you more in Mexico or in the United States? And he was saying in Mexico, they really don't tend to like go on the routes. But here we went on a route in Doña Ana, New Mexico, and that they were right.
Capitalism, dude. That's
They
what
were
happens. They
writing
need money. They
citations
want
left to
money. Private. Is it private property? Most of these routes that you do it in?
No, it's New Mexico land, bro. So that's why we're able to, on this area here,
Land of
it's
enchantment.
right by Sunland Park. So en esta fue la ruta que me aventé para colectar y recaudir donaciones de juguetes para los niños de Juárez.
Y eso quería preguntarte, Cana. Felicidades en eso.
No, gracias.
Este video es de aquí de
Mira,
ustedes, ¿va?
dale para arriba o para abajo. Sorry, man. Ahí donde estabas. Hice un live video ahí donde estoy enseñando. Bueno, ese es allá en Juaritos, ya cuando fuimos a repartir los juguetes. Pero ahí como ven, en agosto recaudimos útiles escolares para los chavitos. Y cada mochila llevaba cuadernos, tijeras, sacapuntas, colores de lápiz y de crayola. O sea, de
Cosas
todo,
que necesitan para la escuela.
a la escuela. ¿Sí?
Uh-huh.
Y aquí creo que este año El Paso ISD les dio a los chavitos una caja llena de útiles escolares.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, ¿me entiendes? O sea, aquí pues el gobierno los aliviana mucho.
Sí,
allá
sí.
hasta es
que aquí regalan el dinero, carnal.
Yeah.
Aquí un $100 te lo regalan y allá uno se esfuerza y se mata por uno.
Yeah, we're talking about right now. Our boy Carlos here has done a great job giving back to the kids there in Juarez. Man, he hooked them up with a bunch of Christmas gifts this year. How many gifts did you give out eventually?
We ended up collecting from that trailer about, I want to say about 275 toys.
Jesus.
And we ended up
bendición.
giving out 250 más o menos.
Plus food, right? You guys
Plus
give out
food,
some food.
Sí, vi que les están dando pizza y quería preguntar...
So, esta página de compas de ruta,
quería decirle un shout out, porque se vio que les echaron la mano y que se comunicaron muy bien. ¿Quién viene siendo, carnal?
compas de ruta viene siendo un equipo que yo organicé,
Ah, ¿eres tú?
Simón. Y ese
Wow.
equipo de compas de ruta, ya pues somos los que me siguen en las rutas, pero así más cercanos a mí.
Tu
we have
grupo.
Sí, el grupo.
So Compas de Ruta is more of like an organization
Yeah, team.
like a non-profit team that gives helping out the community, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Chingón.
awesome. Like we were talking about, he gave out a yeah, for real. It's really good. We love when we find out that our guests, I mean, most of our guests that have been on this show, eventually have something that they do to give back to the community. And you were telling us that you give out to the kids in Juarez. You started off, I think you said like in April that you guys were giving out like school supplies.
School supplies.
And you made a comment saying that like El Paso ISD, they did the same thing this year, right? They did it to their students, which is great. And I was gonna ask because there's people out there that I'm sure have asked you too, like, well, what about the people here in El Paso? Why don't you help the people here? And you made a great point. You said, like, dude, the government helps out a lot of people here in El Paso, right? Even the people that are crossing over, all those people, all that, they're getting all that help. If you were to go back to Juarez, where actually you were born, you know, and my grandparents were from over there as well. People like that over there, they don't get help from the government like this, man. Unless people like you do it, they're either having to buy it or go without it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but and I was gonna say, I think it's kind of bullshit when people do bring that thing up, like, well, you're here in El Paso, why don't you help the people here in El Paso? I think the fact that you're helping people out regardless of where they're at is good enough. Like, what the hell, whoever asked that question is like, what the hell are you doing?
No, mames,
how much have you given out? You know what I mean? Like,
and we try, you know, like we do, we're trying to link up with Operation Hope here in El Paso. Just so we can take the Can-Ams and the razors.
Just show them out. Just show them out to the people out there and the kids.
Operation Hope. ¿Qué viene siendo?
Es una organización aquí del Paso que ayuda también a los niños con juguetes y hacen diferentes actividades. Conocí al organizador en un evento que hicimos aquí en Univisión 26 hace unas semanas.
Sí, vi que salieron en el pasaje de
Vamos a hacer eventos con Operation Hope aquí en el futuro de Compas de Ruta. Y pues obviamente ya Compas de Ruta yo incluyo a la página UTV El Paso.
Es todo.
Y el compa Alex de UTV Shop de Pro Audio, él es el que nos ayuda mucho con...
Yeah, it's a good sponsor.
Y yo quería preguntarte si, pues nosotros nos gusta ayudar mucho. ¿Cómo podemos empezar para ayudarte con una ruta?
Si alguien más que está oyendo quiere ayudar, ¿cómo podrán ayudar?
Pues con lo que sea, honestamente, para los niños, un orfanato, el Children's House. No, pues con lo que te podíamos ayudar, la neta,
depende,
puedes contar con nosotros.
Lo que pongo ahí en la página, yo les aviso ahí, vamos a hacer colección de juguetes o vamos a recaudar útiles escolares o chamarras o cobijas. Y ahí ya nosotros les decimos, vamos a estar en este lugar. Ya llega la gente ahí y da su donación.
Qué bonito. Muchas gracias por eso.
Y mucha gente no necesariamente va a la ruta porque no tienen ese tipo de auto, ¿verdad? El Can-Am y el Razor. Pero llegan y dejan su donación y eso es lo que está chingón.
Sí, muchas gracias por eso.
Kevin, one more time. A round of applause for our boy Carlos. So this is what we're going to do, guys. We're actually going to take a quick little break. I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this episode, our boy Nico. Jesus. Oh my God. Kino. Our boy Kino. Shout out to our boy Kino, man. Owner of Studio One. This guy's located here at 140 Montecillo Suite.
11B.
No, B1. B1, right? B1, right? También, dude, damn. Carlos knows and you don't.
Acabo de llegar.
Acaba de llegar también, pero guys,
Siri lo traía.
Make sure you guys are following, subscribing, utv.elpaso.west.texas. Go out and give him a like, a share, a subscription, and just check out what he's doing, man. These are awesome. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take a quick little break. And you guys are going to see some video of our sponsors. And all that being said, guys, we'll be right back. And when we do come back, we're going to ask our boy Carlos a couple more questions. The year's about to end. New Year's is coming. So we're going to ask Carlos about his New Year's resolutions. And we're also going to have some trending topics as well, like always. So make sure you guys stay put. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is El Compatuns. You're watching The Takeover Show.
Arriesgo con los pais, el Beamer pega 200, se jaló. Me fui de la mapa, me fui de tropicalísimo. Así soy porque me dio la gana. Y a mi ganchita dice que le encanta la codeína que siempre le tumba. Agradecido con el que me cuida.
And we are back. Episode number 19. Shout out to our boy Carlos here from utv.elpaso.west.texas. Carlos, man, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about these rutas and routes and what it takes. And even right now, I'm still kind of shooketh that there's so many people involved in this, and for sure I'm gonna make all these guys involved in this. I'll be out there probably in my bike or some shit, but o corriendo and chanclas or something. Pero thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for giving us your time and coming out here and speaking about this and being open. I think what you're doing is great, man. You were just telling me right now that you don't want this to be kind of like for people to go and start, drinking and partying and stuff. This is more for the true lovers that like these routes, that like these vehicles. Family, you said that you take your kids out there as well, and that's what I like, man. I like it because then these kids grow up seeing all these routes, and then they continue the tradition and make things better and bigger. And
deja tú que digan yo iba con mi papá y ahora estamos nosotros y eso.
Yeah. Now we're doing it too.
Ahí con 60 years old.
Y yo he visto gente, créanlo, no, yo he visto gente en los 60s con sus grandchildren allá afuera. I'm like, what the fuck? But
thanks again, man. So all that being said, where do you see yourself with this in the next, I don't know, a couple of years, 5 years, maybe even 10 years? Where do you want to take this whole rutas thing?
It's more than a ruta, as you can see here on that video.
Yeah.
I ended up reaching out to all these companies and vendors from out of town to create the first West Texas Sandport Expo. And
dude, that looks awesome, dude.
That was out at Cohen Stadium in July.
Para los que no saben, ¿qué viene siendo eso de West Texas Expo?
El West Texas Sandport Expo es una expo donde traemos a diferentes vendedores de California, de Arizona, de Utah, de Texas, que vinieron aquí al Paso a vender sus productos para estos carritos de todo terreno. Cuando mandé el correo electrónico a estas compañías, muchas de estas compañías están como que, pues, ¿quiénes son ustedes? Uh-huh. ¿Y por qué tengo que ir al Paso? Y luego les enseñé el video ese, el del drone, donde se ven la línea de luces. Boom, en caliente.
En caliente, ahí estamos.
We're down.
Do you want to translate that? Or I got you.
No, yeah, go ahead.
For the people that were that didn't understand that, I asked him what this whole West Coast Texas Expo was about, and he said he hires people all across from, you said El Paso, California, Texas,
Arizona,
and he invited vendors. He invited a bunch of people to come around, and it looks like a big event.
So
you're gonna return it again for 2024?
We're gonna do it July, third week of July. It's gonna be from 5 p.m. to midnight.
Oh, nice.
Friday and Saturday. Ahí en el Cohen Stadium, the sun drops, and we end up having a nice shade right there, and it starts cooling off. So that's awesome.
That's awesome, man. I love when people like you, right? You have this organization of these routes, but you include all this other stuff, the vendors and the artists and even like how you said, the mechanic, and you involve all these other companies, and I really like that because you're spreading it, right? You're kind of helping, like, hey, how can I make this better for the people that are on this route, but also helping out these vendors and stuff. And that's why I love like people like Stretch and Josh Ryan from Stretch Comedy, where they reach out to vendors and reached out to Chewy when they have their comedy specials.
Yeah.
And, especially if they're like local too, man.
No, definitely, man. We try to bring in this expo to El Paso. It was the first of its kind.
Yeah, ever.
4-wheel center, 4-wheel parts, all these guys that do monster trucks here, they were interested in joining us. So Alamo Auto Supply, them too, they're like, man, like, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them. Not only does it bring attention to El Paso, but it brings in a lot of revenue to the city of El Paso.
Yeah.
Even though it might be a small capacity, but right now,
everybody eats.
You don't know where the hell they're going before or after, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
is that a guy crossing?
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Was that a guy crossing?
we're marking a trail out there.
Dice ahí las cosas que se ven.
Las cosas que se ven.
Siempre trato de poner ahí la música, algo así que
sí me di cuenta.
To relate it to what we're doing.
To the borderland, right? Yeah, man.
Ahí estamos enseguida en la frontera. Preguntota, como él te preguntó dónde te ves en unos 5 años. si tú tienes la posibilidad de explorar, no nomás aquí El Paso, y te dicen en 5 años, vámonos acá. ¿Dónde hay unas rutas en el mundo? No en el mundo, pero en Estados Unidos que te gustan pegarle.
Estados Unidos, yo diría que en Utah.
En Utah.
En Utah. Hay lo que viene siendo rock trails allá.
Allá nadie vive.
Está bien fregón, por eso. Nadie vive.
Por eso.
Unexplored land.
Ya,
¿verdad?
ya.
Colorado es otro lugar que nos hemos ido y está bien bonito. Si le pones Sand Hollow Trails, ahí.
También nos habíamos visto un video de allá que andabas allá en Colorado, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Y andas allá, porque aquí pues es todo desierto y aquí andas en puros sand dunes y todo. Y allá en Colorado andaban in the forest, right? I mean, the scenery changes. How does that seem? Or how does that look, man?
Pues,
right?
I mean, en Colorado andamos en Marble, Colorado. Y just the views ahí.
Beautiful,
bro.
yeah.
El video ese que habían puesto, o sea, dicen, eso no se ve aquí en El Paso.
No, sí, pues por eso un árbol, a la madre. Si tienes dinero aquí en El Paso, traes un árbol. Es como sabes que traes dinero también aquí. If you have a UTV and some trees in your house, you got money, dude. You got shade in El Paso, you got money.
Y pues y en México hay muchas rutas en Chihuahua.
Sí.
La Barrancas del Cobre, está la Tarahumara VIP, que es allá en la sierra.
La sierra, sí.
En Casas Grandes. Hay unas en Durango que llegan hasta Mazatlán. O sea, hay un chorro de...
Cuando vamos a Durango, Kevin, allá nos vamos con el Carlos, allá en las rutas allá.
¿Y no te has animado a aventártela así en la nieve allá en Ruidoso o algo así? No sé si los carros ni se mueven en esos.
¿Sabes qué? En Ruidoso...
Indian Reservations,
mucho los game warrants y...
What is it with them that they hate about all this?
No tienen nada más que hacer.
Pues yo creo que ven como que van a causar problemas o algo.
We don't want you folks on our city.
Y ese es el pedo. Pero si le aplastas al video de donde está el vato tirando el piso en abajo.
Under it.
Abajo.
Dale.
More.
Otro. Ese mero. Ese fue en Colorado. Simón.
Wow.
Y ahorita vas a ver ahí.
¿No te han tocado unas lluvias acá cabronas cuando se atoran por accidente o algo?
Pues aquí, si te vas para un ladito, mira, te caes hasta abajo.
Te mueres, güey, mira.
Hay un waterfall. Una chulada.
Wow.
That's fucking beautiful, man. How long do these routes usually last?
Esta, pues, no son así de 30, 40 millas. Somos de 20, 25 millas, pero duras todo el día.
Nice and slow, porque andan
más quedito.
Pues aquí también it's mostly like scenery, right? Like it's mostly like going and then stopping a little bit, looking around, and es donde no puedes llevar your fucking Nissan Sentra or whatever fucking Toyota Camry.
La mamalona.
A lo mejor sí la arma y órale.
¿Verdad? And if not, at least you have your mechanic following. But dude, this is awesome, man. There's so much. I really can't wait. We're gonna do a vlog with you for sure, and I want to bring some drones out there. I want to get a few extra angles. I wanna have fun, man, for sure. I want to say that like I was part of that fucking route.
Oh, yeah.
So,
y la de Sierra Blanca, pues yo creo que sería una buena para que vean la magnitud de gente que va a ir. Porque ahorita ya hay mucha gente que me ha estado mandando mensajes.
¿Y ahorita crees que it'll be your biggest one? Maybe. Or do you try and limit?
Like se va a pagar en esta ruta, se va a cobrar. Yo creo que mucha gente dice, no, prefiero no pagar y no ir. Pero
ya
la gente que va a ir y que va a pagar, tú sabes que van a un buen ambiente y no van a, pues como se dice en español, a cagar el palo. Van en buena onda.
Sí.
Y
van en buen ambiente y no...
Pero está bien, la gente que va pagando van a ir ya, pues ya que pagas con algo, ya pues you take it more serious and that's good though too, because then you have people that are serious about it. But I think you should promote more the fact that there's going to be 100 miles up to it, you know, like, and all that. And with that being said, like, dude, take my money.
Yo ni sabía que había aguas termales.
¿Qué chingados es eso?
Those are like hot springs.
Hot springs. What
by
the
the
fuck?
border.
What?
But since they're in private ranches, people are not allowed to go in there. But we're getting access to those ranches.
Oh,
So it's gonna be nice,
man. Do you have like a price point right now?
We're looking at $120
Okay.
per car,
Okay.
and it covers one person. So that one person will get a jersey and a cap on the event.
Oh, so
with
you
the
win
logo
something
event.
at the end, yeah.
And then they could bring as many people.
And then in the car, they're going to be able to sit three
other
or four
people.
others, right? But then for the music, those three others would have to pay $20 to get in.
Oh, bro, dude, come on. You fucking you split 120 in between 4 people.
That's 40.
And then everybody fucking pays an extra 20 for them, dude.
Lotos llevan su beer,
BYOB.
calmaditos ahí.
There's gonna be food. There's gonna be
We're gonna get
music.
food trucks out there. We're gonna have live music. It's gonna be in Sierra Blanca. The sheriff's on board with us, and
How far is Sierra Blanca from here?
about 55 minutes, almost an
Not
hour.
even an hour,
Pasando
dude.
el checkpoint ese ahí del
Ahí en
10.
caliente.
A little bit farther than Red Sands.
Yeah. Sí, sí.
Because Red Sands, I mean, from here it's like fucking 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Algo así.
más o menos. So acá sería pues,
About an
del
hour.
west side, far west, at least an hour and
20,
30
under 30.
más o menos.
Man, that's cool, man. That's fucking. It's pretty exciting. But all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on towards the back end of this show. Unfortunately, man, I wish we could just get on one of those UTVs right now and fucking.
Hit the I-10 legally.
Right, vámonos a darle.
Estaría chingón subirte en ese puente nuevo y lo puedes ver acá en Apra Juárez y lo puedes ver acá en Estados Unidos en chingón.
It's just a whole line, dude, of all
Whole
your.
line.
Imagínate, güey, un
So we'll
chingo.
rent out that street. We'll make it happen, dude. We know a good amount of people,
Soon, bro.
right?
Hopefully.
We'll do it,
Do
man.
it.
We'll collab for sure. I've already been thinking of like what kind of people to kind of connect with you that would help you with all this shit. But we'll talk about that later. But guys, what we need to talk about now is it's gonna be New Year's. By the time you guys are watching this, it'll be like 1 or 2 days before New Year's. 2023 is coming to an end, Carlos. 2023 would be no more.
Yep.
How in your opinion, how did 2023 treat you, my man? What kind of year was it for Carlos?
It was a good year for me.
Yo.
And I'm very blessed and happy to say that I was very blessed this year. Not only just providing the trail events for everybody here in El Paso and Las Cruces and around the area, but like most important thing, everybody in the family had good health.
Yeah.
And I think after COVID and all this, I think that's very important.
Yeah, definitely, man. When you have kids and when you have a family, and then the New Year's comes or even any holiday that you have to be thankful for, that's the first thing I think about. I think about, man, thank God that my kids are healthy. Thank God my wife is healthy. Thank God that I'm healthy and maybe not fit, but I'm healthy. You know what I mean? But Carlos, do you have any New Year's resolutions that you wanna do? And I don't want to hear like, I want to go to the gym and I want to eat less tacos. And,
You know what? I think on a serious note,
I
think I spend a lot of time organizing these events and trails, and I'm looking at my team Compas de Ruta to help me out more organizing these trails because I do most of this stuff on my own, and like I lose out on a lot of time with my kids and the family. So just spending more time with them.
My man.
Doing that.
There you go.
I think we could relate in a lot of that, Carlos, and that's very important, man. And I think that's in anything you do. I think that especially with something that grows, I think you need a team.
Yeah.
You can't do anything big by yourself. You could start something. You could have an idea, and you could be motivated to do something. But I've learned too, and I've been told that you need a team. You need a team so you could have that time with your family, and you could have, and it creates better things. And that's what I've been telling all these guys. You know, I've been doing it for this long. Chewy has been probably with me for the past like almost 2 years now. The last 4 years that I've been doing pod, and you do need it. You know, I need a team that helps me record, helps me edit, that helps me do all that stuff. Because if I was to be doing all this shit by myself, there wouldn't be no time for my kids.
We wouldn't even be
You know?
where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that, dude. Is there any let me see how can I? Is there any New Year's resolutions that are on your mind, but you don't know if you kind of want to actually go all the way in, or that you wish that like, okay, there's something that I need to do for sure next year?
I think I need to take a trip with the family.
Okay.
Definitely. Like this year we were like busy moving into a new house and
Oh wow, so you had a lot of things going. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then getting that expo going and getting the rutas going, that we didn't take a family trip.
Yeah.
So I think this year that's what I want to do. And why? Because not so much for me, but the memory that I'm gonna leave behind for my kids.
Yeah. But it's also memories for you, man.
That's that.
You know what I mean?
Qué bonito.
Yeah, I love that shit, dude. Actually, I had written some New Year's resolutions, and now I feel like a piece of shit because I didn't read any of the stuff that Carlos said. But just know, to my kids and my wife, then that's, it's shit that I don't even have to write. It's already automatic. You know what I mean? But anyways, one of my own was next year. I want to make sure that by the end of the next year, I want to order every fucking meal of Olive Garden. The only reason why I say that is because every time I go, I order the same shit.
Same thing.
And it's like, I go in there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try something new. I've been coming here for 20 fucking years. I'm going to try something new. And then I get there and then I'm reading and everything. And I was like, fuck it, no, give me the lasagna, And then, so that's one. Another one that I want to take very, very serious is eat tacos every fucking Tuesday. Because it's Taco Tuesday for a reason, man.
Fire.
Another one that I think is also very, very important, and you guys might agree with me, is I want to make sure that I wash my car more than one time a year. Yeah.
More than one time?
More than one time. I'm not lying. I think I went like 2 years without washing my car. Yeah. Another one that might be a little hard, but could be possible still is I want to win the lottery next year. That's one of my New Year's
Hey, somebody here in Socorro won it, right?
Nah, they already
won $1 million, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They announced that one that's going on right now.
Oh, pero el vato,
you know what's so funny? I remember a few years ago, I think I was like in middle school or in high school, somebody had won like $4 million here in El Paso, right? And then like a few weeks later, you see them on the news and they're walking through like a house that they want to buy, and the house is like 2-point-something million.
Shit.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, fucking stupid, dude. How are you gonna you get $4 million, you're gonna spend more than half on a fucking house, like all the bills and like, oh no, dude. No. Anyways, and my last one that I said it earlier to you guys, which is probably my main one, is I wanna get taller next year, man. I know there's I'm sure, I don't want no surgery and shit, but I know that there's like some kind of exercises, some stretches. Like right now I'm 5'9", like if anything 5'7", between there. But I want to get to like 6'2".
Hey, they sell those things that they're insoles that you put on your shoe.
No, dude, but okay, but what if somebody's like fucking,
why do you want to be taller?
What if somebody's like height checking me and they're like, take off your shoes?
Why do you want to be taller?
Why want to be taller?
Yeah, why?
Because I've been this same size all my life.
Pues ya, güey, así te chingaste.
No, güey, no, dude, no.
Te dejaron subirte al roller coaster.
I feel like people would take me more serious if I was like at least 4 more inches taller.
Yeah.
Tall people do.
You come in. Carlos came in and like my neck started hurting. Like, fuck, dude. Thank God we're sitting down during this interview because Carlos is pretty tall compared to all of us, dude.
And I have the chair all the way to the bottom.
Carlos is sitting on the floor right now, guys. But all right, guys. This is what we're gonna do now. All right, we're gonna go over here, and I think it's time to take out the fucking chismes with a boy Chuy. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Saque los chismes, Chuy, on this week's fucking chismes.
Welcome back to Saque el Chisme, Kevin. Still doesn't have the jam on deck yet.
Can we put some song, Kevin? Let's get the green one. Let's get the green one. What's a green one? Do you have a green one? Do you have any music?
They're not my favorite.
All right, there we go.
Right. Well, for most of you guys, los que ya se dieron cuenta, Navidad estuvo aquí, ya llegó. Christmas is here and it came and gone.
Ya se fue.
We'll show you guys this clip.
I feel like that was
a bunch of clips of people around town. During the holidays, the fire department was dressed as Santa. They went around the community. There's a bunch of stuff.
There was a lot of good Christmas stuff going around our community, man. I love when I see stuff like that. But it also makes me feel like bad.
se pasaron de vergas con los de Target. Porque si van a FitFam y ven esta foto,
¡A
perdón por mi
la
lenguaje,
madre!
pero la gente estaba bien aborazada.
Carlos, ¿eras tú, Carlos? ¿Eras tú uno de esos
¿Sabes qué?
que te esperaste hasta el día 23 o 24 de comprar Christmas gifts?
No, pero ¿sabes qué? Si hay feria en El Paso porque están yendo a Target.
Cana, hay feria, hay
¿Quién se va a
feria.
Target, güey? Si hay feria en Target.
Deja
Si hay
tú,
feria en
¿quién?
El Paso, güey.
Déjala tú, ve las líneas que estaban por todos lados. Están diciendo que estaban... Ross está hasta 2-3 horas.
pegándole a la jefa. Ya, vámonos.
No.
A la verga, ya vámonos.
Ve las
Mira,
líneas para
se parecen a la línea de las rutas, güey. Mira.
Y este es en el cielo vista.
Wow. No. That's a picture from the 90s, güey.
That's
Nobody goes to the
right
malls
there.
no more.
Güey, para el nuevo iPhone nuevo, sí.
No, güey. How many white cars are there? Holy shit.
¿verdad?
What the fuck?
Si sabes que los white cars son los más varas, ¿verdad? No hay feria entonces, chinga.
But on news of Christmas, did you guys see the tamales? En las noticias de Navidad, ¿vieron las líneas de los tamaleros?
¿Tú comiste tamales? ¿Te los compras o los haces?
Los hacemos y no compramos. Ahí están en el TikTok y no quieren aprender a hacer tamales.
Ahí está la receta, cabrones. Pónganle.
Son todas las tóxicas aquí del Paso. No quieren, nomás puro pinche hot Cheetos y cheese, güey.
Ve por los tamales, cabrón.
Pero,
yo no quiero cocinar,
creo que
no
esto
quiero
viene siendo
cocinar.
Carlos Bakery. El siguiente va a ser
El
El Paso Prada Bakery y Food City. Y El Paso Bakery.
La bakery te la paso, pues no todos sabemos hacer
Pan.
Sí, eso sí. Pero los tamales, güey, come on, güey.
Y luego, no sé si te diste cuenta, mientras vienen las fiestas navideñas, obviamente hay mucha línea en los puentes y todo. A
sí.
mí me tocó 2 horas. ¿Te acuerdas?
Sí, es cierto, el
Todos
otro
Y me
día.
cayó la lluvia, pinches
No,
cabrones.
pero el pinche
Pero-
Chuy me dice, le digo, güey, where are you? Y lo me dice, aquí estoy en la línea, güey. Y okay, do you want to play some games online? Y luego me dice el güey, sí, güey, I'll be there in like 30 minutes.
Lo normal,
Hold
¿verdad?
on.
Caminando.
Y luego le digo, ok, güey. Y luego 30 minutes later, actually I give him 45 porque el Chuy likes to add 15 minutes to
15
everything,
minutes,
you know?
yeah.
Y luego so I get on y luego pues nada. Y luego pues I go and I call him y este güey me manda un video que todavía está en la línea y no se ha movido,
No me
güey.
han movido, carnal.
No se ha movido de nada, güey.
Sí,
2
se
horas,
pasaron.
2 horas. Y le dije, Chuy, ¿sabes qué, güey? La otra te quedas allá,
Sí,
güey.
y luego lo peor, cayó lluvia, cara. Pero pues todos,
Se bañó el güey.
todos se tensan, todos se ponen en línea. Pero no sé si es el video que está pasando viral ahorita. Hay un señor loco y anda gritándole a la migra, abra la línea. Y le anda gritando. Voy a subir.
Este güey se puso bien pedo y dijo, ¿sabes qué? He got the liquid courage. And he went
Sí,
up to
se
the
ve que anda
front
pedo.
and he said, move the fucking line. Mueva la línea, que se mueva la línea.
Move the fucking line.
Move
¿verdad?
the fucking
Deja tú.
line.
Ahí se pone.
Y luego lo van a hacer welcome. Y luego handcuff.
Venga,
Ya, mira, ya se lo llevaron, mira.
Y el güey del gorrillo siempre está ahí.
You know what
Move the
happened?
fucking, mira.
He spent
Vámonos.
Christmas in jail.
Ya, qué gacho. Y sabes que he visto que la gente casi no se involucra, ¿verdad? En
No.
pedos así ya.
Ya cuando ves que está ahí la migra, uno se queda callado solo ya. Y lo peor es, no sé si vieron en los comentarios,
¿Qué?
todos andan diciendo, ese fue mi substitute teacher.
So he's a substitute
Sí, mira,
teacher.
es que venía de
Holy shit.
Kentucky.
Hey, man,
Boy.
look, man. There's 2 things, man. One is if you're on FitFam, it's either because it's something good or it's something fucked up, dude.
Not the sub for Parkland. If you guys want to go ahead and check out this post on FitFam, it's just the guy yelling at the border. But yeah, standing in line can frustrate you.
That's
Oh, yeah,
fucking
definitely,
hilarious, man.
But shout out FitFam.
This is why I don't
for
go,
choosing
man. I haven't been over there in a year. I mean, the last time we went was Cancun, a couple of years ago. But that's not Juarez, you know. I drove through there. I
Oh,
flew out
en
of
la
there.
mañana a mí se me recogió.
No, esta mañana la tuve que ir a recoger, güey.
Es
Porque
que
si no hubiera estudiado aquí.
No, yo voy mucho y me encanta Juárez, a mí.
Es todo.
Amor por Juárez.
But all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do now, man. It's been a great pod. We've learned a lot with the boy Carlos. Carlos, how do you feel, man? How's this been for you?
Well, you guys popped my cherry.
Yeah! Triple horn on that!
So, no, that.
He'll never fucking forget us, dude.
No, ya valió madre.
He's gonna become a
I'll be
fucking
bothering
podcast
you.
whore.
Hey,
Se va a su carro, se quita la cachucha, se pone su bandana.
Hey, pues, I grew up aquí en Sunset y en el segundo barrio, so cuidado. Bro.
Cuidado,
No,
güey,
yo no tiro
cuidado.
barrio, yo soy amistoso con todos.
So one more time, Carlos, for everybody that's listening, if you could look into that camera right here, please let them know where they could follow you and learn about all this.
You guys can follow our Instagram page on UTV El Paso, West Texas. That's going to be this logo right here with the side-by-sides. It's got the U.S. Mexican flag right there. Also, we have our Compas de Ruta team. There's an Instagram page for that as well. So you guys can follow us there. Or if you want to follow my Instagram, it's Compatuns. That's it.
Compatuns, hey guys, we'll have
make sure to follow the Compatuns.
yeah, we'll have all these pages and stuff at the caption below, so you guys could go in there and click on them and follow. Which I hardly recommend, guys. If you guys are following us, please, like we said, man, support the people that support us, that are cool with us, man. These are great guests. They're doing great things for our community, man. These are fun. Can't wait to get out there with you, bro. So Kevin and Chuy, this is what
I
we're
had
gonna.
one question. Let's say for the people that don't have one, is there a place to rent one?
There's a place out there on Montana by Red Sands, right next to Red Sands, where you can rent them out.
Oh.
And they can probably, I think they do like, you do a trail with them.
There you go, guys.
You can
Check
do that
them
out
out
there with them as well.
There you go. But if you have the money, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do, go buy yourself one
Pull up.
and then pick us
sir.
up.
Pull up on the takeover show.
Yeah, but all right, Kevin, Chuy, Carlos, Misa, we're gonna go around this table and we're gonna give our last words. We're gonna start off with our boy Kevin, who's been feeling sick, but he's been enjoying this whole episode. Kevin, what do you think so far, Kevin?
It's been awesome, man. Appreciate you coming out and messaging us and reaching out to us.
Hell yeah.
And, also, appreciate you for your service, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.
Round of applause, Kevin. That's
Thank you.
yeah, for
Amazing.
sure. Chuy, final words, my bro.
Like you said, thank you for messaging, reaching out con confianza y todo. Aquí siempre tienes un grupo de amigos que puedes confiar con todos. Una cosa que yo quiero empezar es, antes que nos vayamos, ¿cuál sería, lo voy a decir en inglés, qué sería un quote of the day para ti?
El quote of the day, y lo puse la otra vez en mi página del Compatuns. Dice, madurar es entender que en diciembre no es de la ropa o el carrito que trae uno, sino tener a tu familia viva y sana.
Damn.
Aquí está.
For those that don't speak Spanish, I asked him what the quote of the day was, and he went ahead and told me that in December, you know you're mature when in December you find out to come that clothes and what was it
Toys.
again?
It's not about the clothes and the toys.
The clothes and the toys, but it's about the family and the health inside the room.
Yep.
Definitely, man.
Awesome, man. I love that, bro.
So I want to thank you, bro. You always have a friend with us, bro.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So final words, Carlos.
You know what? Thank you, guys. I'm a big supporter of groups here in El Paso, like you guys, that are trying to do something different here in El Paso and trying to get the name of the city out. You know, so to me, that's very important. And I think supporting you guys is obviously very important because a lot of people look at El Paso and it happened to me. Like when I reached out to these companies out of state about the Expo, they're like, why El Paso? Like, what are you guys doing? I showed them this video right here and they were like, you know what? We'll be there because they know they're going to make money.
Yeah.
And there's money to be made here in El Paso. So just putting El Paso on the spot, I think is badass, bro.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Thank you. Well, final words for me, man. Like you said, Carlos, why we do this is because, you know, me and Chuy, when we wanted to bring this new podcast up, is we had to find what was our vision and what is our mission, right? And the thing is like, look, we've met all these guests in our last podcast. We've met artists, we've met athletes, we've met business owners, we've met a lot of very cool people. But what we want now is we want to expose all that. We want people here in El Paso and people outside of El Paso to look and be like, oh shit, El Paso is not just, you know, another place where like people always say like, I want to leave this place,
Right.
you know, because I was one of them. You know, at one point I was like, you know what, I want to move out of this place, and I did. I went and I lived in San Antonio for a year, and when I came back, I just, you know, I started meeting all these people and seeing that like, dude, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of stuff going on here in El Paso. We're the 20th biggest city in the United States. You know, there's a lot here that goes on. So I wanted to make it a mission for us to help expose all that here on any subject. It doesn't have to be just sports or music. We want to do it all. And this is why, you know, I love the fact that you reached out to us. And this is great. And we're going to be supporting you. We're going to be sharing all this stuff. Hopefully we're going to be out there soon with you too. And so thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you so much for also serving our country, man.
Honestly.
Especially somebody that wasn't born in this country, and you gave your time and all that. And I really, really appreciate it. And we want to wish you the very best in all this and the whole giveaways that you do for the community, for the people, for the kids in Juarez and everything else. And just know that we're here. And this podcast is an open door for you, man. You could come by whenever you want. We're here. And Kevin, good job, man. I hope you feel better, Kevin. Kevin's been a little sick today.
Thank you.
Chuy, good stuff with the Spanish, man. We've been trying to do some Spanish interviews and stuff like that, pero el español se me acaba, güey. Se me acaba en veces.
Nah, lo vamos a cambiar para el 24.
Well, we're working in, man. We're in El Paso. We got to make sure that everybody is able to understand and follow us. So thank you one more time, Carlos. Thank you, everybody that's watching and listening. Guys, please make sure you guys are following, subscribing to Carlos and to us at the Takeover Show 915, Duchi's, and Next Gen Sports. All that is going to be in the captions below. Guys, Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's. You guys make sure you guys celebrate. You guys safely.
Safe.
And
please.
whatever goals you guys have next year, man, I hope you guys accomplish them. And we're going to be here as well. And you guys take care. Make sure you guys stay safe and stay fresh.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's. We love you guys.
Don't end up on TikTok.
Sheesh, don't end up on TikTok, he said.